These are the pictures of my hand. Look at this picture of my hand. Look at the ATM. The people don't understand what they talk. Now toilets are they talk about. I don't look.
Would you fly me to Jam my song for the radio. You wanna take me man on the one and only shorty.
Who not make mistake, you cannot go to where they are sharing buffet or sharing asu and say you want to see some places you don't go. DJ, can you do it?
Thank you.
You
Olamide, Jim George.
You are
I'm Senami, I'm Ada of my daddy's side. My dad I know he's been buried yesterday. My dad is a God-fearing man. He's a very calm, very gentle, and very happy man, and also very, very content. He taught us to be content with everything that we have in life, with anything that happens, and is a man of faith. He encourages us to have faith. I would also say that he's a disciplinarian. Even though he's calm and gentle, he has a way of, disciplining us without even, he disciplines us, tells us what is right and what is not right, using the word of God. So I really thank God for his life. I thank God for his legacy and what he has done in our lives. When my dad was alive, I remember so many times he would call me aside and talk to me quietly and tell me a lot of things that he wouldn't normally say to a lot of people. He will advise me, he will give me, they include words of wisdom, they'll tell me, will encourage me a lot, and they were very, very personal things to me. One of the things I want to remember my dad for, and I pray that I'm able to emulate him, he was never angry. He was always very calm, and he loved to read the Word of God. He loved the things of God. He never quarrels with anybody. So I really, really pray that I'll be as patient as my dad. I would say to be content. Whatever you have, be grateful to God Almighty. Be content. Don't run after the things of the world, because that's what he used to tell us. Everything, if you put God first, every other thing will be added. And I've seen that in my life. Where we all are today is because of the values and principles that my father has put in us, and we have followed it by God's grace. So I want to encourage everybody, contentment is important. I really miss my dad. I miss him so much. I love you, Daddy, and I will forever remember all your kind words, all those comforting words, all those encouraging words. I love you, and I miss you so much.
Sessi, Alfred, Olayinka, Padonu is a very simple, soft-spoken, a disciplinarian, and a loving father. He loves every one of us, loves all his children, cares for us, goes the extra length to make sure that we are well taken care of. My fondest memory or memorable moments is actually during his last days. And because the last days he was actually with me, so I was very close with him, and I saw his relationship with God. So we were virtually close. And in fact, he died. I was the last person that saw him alive, and I was the first to see him dead, because he slept. I knew when he slept, and then by the time I went to check, maybe like after about 2 hours, he was already gone. So that to me is something that will always be in my memory. Yeah, we want the children, the grandchildren, great and great-great-grandchildren to emulate that love of a father. Everybody should love their children, love their siblings, and love their neighbors. So the greatest thing I think we need is love. So I want every one of us to show love amongst ourselves and to have peace within ourselves.
I'm Pastor A.S. Ude, Sedro Ude. Baba, I learned so much from Baba, because Baba is peaceful somebody, hardworking. In anything he do, he goes straight to the point. Coming to this world is just for some time, not for a. Baba has spent 100 years and he has left. So anytime, if it is any amount of year we spent, we are still going back home. And that is just what we could have been planning for. Like the person that preached yesterday, we have to get a visa and stay. When you are getting the visa and entering into a country, you have to keep, as an ambassador of your own country, keep it well over there. And now we all are ambassadors of Christ in this world. So one of these days, we are going back home to give account of what we have done in the world. So that is just what I tell everybody should try and work hard so that it will be okay for us at the end of the day. Song bagi, me de ingunore, me de ke mini tekpon, bo waza ganji, bo sepo mau, eni nyona me, ma na de ke nyona mebi.
Meaning what, sir?
We from Badagry, we should come nearer to God and work hard in the vineyard. It will be well with each and every one of us.
Majorly his prayers. You don't know about any other thing that whenever you come in contact with him, all he does is he raises his hand up, a shield, and he doesn't forget. He has his retentive memory. What he does, just all he needs just for someone to just pack that into his head. Oh my bye you. Baba will collect. Oh, sorry. You get closer to him. You know, as he's aging, definitely you know the voice faints, but you will know. Hold on to your hand. Start dishing out prayers for you.
Okay, my name is Olayinka. Omoni Sewedo Padonu. I'm the late Pa Sessi Olayinka Padonu is my grand uncle. Okay, let me start by saying one of my is it finest moment or joyous moments with Pa Sessi Padonu was when he attended my wedding several years ago, about 21 years ago. You know, he was alive, you know, to represent my grandfather, since, you know, he's next to my, you know, my own grandfather. And I have that picture at home, and every time I go through my wedding album, I always see his face there, with his wife. And one good thing about him is that he's a very, very, calm, godly, and friendly person, and also a very quiet person. So I'm not surprised that God gave him that grace, to be able to raise many pastors, among his children, and then many are still testifying of how good, Baba is. So I'm glad that God gave him the privilege, to celebrate 100, and he also died at the age of 100. Well, one thing I will always remember Pastor Sessi Padonu for is the fact that he left a united family. Well, my parting words, like the men of God at the funeral service yesterday say, is that we should always remember that there is a time to be born, and then there's a time also to die. Now, in between those two periods, what will you make out of your life? What kind of legacy are you going to leave behind? Will people know you for good or for bad? What kind of examples are you going to leave that people will say, while this man was alive, this and this and this was the way he impacted my life? So this is the testimony we have of Pastor Sessi Padonu, and I want to encourage us, as many of us who are not taking life seriously, they should begin to take life seriously. They should begin to make impact in the life of coming generation, so that when God says it's time to leave, when people are standing like this to testify of your good works, they should be able to say, yes, this person made an impact in my life.
My name is Kosi Obameji Iye. I am the first grandson from the first daughter of Grandpa. Oh wow, what a lovely, caring man. I remember they gave birth to me and I was staying with him, went from childbirth. So after a while, I grew, then I went back to my father's house. So after a while also, I've been visiting his place, and he always come and also talk to us, and his own is always prayer. And he always advise us, because my mother happened to be the first daughter of the family for him, right? So whenever we go there, we go to Ajegunle, then sometimes we go to, when he was in Ajegunle, I've been there and we met, and he keep advising us. And he keep talking to us about the way of the Lord, which we emulate and we have to follow till today. What really stands out for me is he's a caring grandpa. He brings all of us together. He doesn't say this one is this one is that. So for me, for bringing us together and also for at least driving us to this moment, honestly, I'm very happy. The only regret I had today is everybody is standing. My mother is not standing. But I thank God I'm standing in for my mother today. That's all. That's all. I'm very happy. So at least that one gives me a great joy. So I'm happy with that. That's all.
My name is Grace Oluwakemi Lamina ni Padonu. I'm the first grandchild. So Baba, it makes me so I can't really explain how I'm feeling, because to tell you the truth, I'm happy. I'm happy because Papa is my grandfather, because he's a good man. In fact, he's somebody that you will like to mention and say, yes, this is my father. Because as the first grandchild, my father does not really, it's like somebody that the father does not really accept, but Papa accepts me and gave me his name, Padonu. I'm not supposed to be bearing Padonu, but Papa said, no, this is my own child as well. And he gave me that name. So it makes me so happy, so joyful. My heart is filled with gratitude that I'm part and parcel of this family. I'm so happy. I am not sad, because just like what the preacher was saying yesterday and the day before, that it is not easy to clock 100 years. And for you to have such a person in your family is a great blessing. It signifies one thing, that we in this family, we have the tendency to live long, because we have seen an example in our grandfather. So I'm not sad, because this man did not die like any other person. He died like a saint. He knows where he is going. He understands this journey, and he died like that. So I'm happy. That's why when we were burying him and we are putting the sand and all that, my mother was crying. I was not crying, because I know where he's going. And I'm praying that I also will go there. That on the last day, that when I die also, I want to see him. I want to be happy seeing him. So it's a lesson to me, and that is why I'm not sad, because I kept on looking at his life. I kept on looking at his legacy. I kept on looking at the testimony of people about him, and I kept on praying, Lord, let me also be like him. That is the way I'm feeling.
Olufemi Mobolaji Padonu. The thing is, Daddy lived a very wonderful life. It's not everybody that gets to be 100. So what we're having today is a celebration of life. We celebrated his life. He was a good man. He was a Christian. He was a father to everybody. So right now, we're celebrating him. We're not mourning. We're not sad. We're happy. He lived a very good life. I have a lot of kids, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. He's known all over the place, all over the world actually. So it's a celebration. It's a celebration. We're all happy. All the kids are here from London, from America, from Jos, Lagos, everywhere around the world, because he was a great man and he deserves us to be here. And that's why we're all here. You know, this is not something that we want to miss for anything. He was a wonderful father. He was a great man to all his children. So we're celebrating him. For me, it's everything that you mentioned, but it's also something else. I'm a business person. I do real estate in America. I buy properties, I fix, I resell. Daddy was a building engineer. So I had a little bit more connection with him when it comes to building and real estate. There have been times that even when I was in America, I've called Daddy, like, Daddy, I'm trying to do this thing. Oh, what do you think? In fact, this like 12 years ago, there was a property I was doing in Baltimore, and I called him. Actually, he called me that day. I was just talking. I said, "What are you?" I said, "I'm in this house in Baltimore that I'm trying to fix." I said, "What are you trying to do?" So I give him the idea. He's like, "Oh, why don't you do it like this?" So outside of everything that you've mentioned, I still have that. I as a kid growing up, I used to go to his building site with him. So I think that inspired me to want to do a little bit of these things, that, you know, the real estate side. And so we had that connection on the business side that we talked about. So I'm so grateful that I was able to learn something, imbibe something from him, which has to do on the business side. So he's an astute businessman. Daddy, I'm going to miss you. I love you. Your grandchildren, they miss being here. Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for everything that you did. Thank you for, I want to thank you for where I am today. You know, the culture, the lifestyle that you imbibed in all your children, including me, led us to where we are today. Thank you. All I have to say is thank you for being a wonderful father.
Yeah, my name is Anna Betiku. I'm the first, my mother is the first grandchild, and I'm the first great grandchild. And I also have the first great grandson. Yeah, he was a good man, because when I do go there for holiday, he normally tell us story always, and always advise us on how life path is. So that's what I know him as. I know him as a very great man in telling us stories and in advising us in everything we do in life. Yeah, I want to talk about the love, because in him there is love. He associates with everybody. He did not differentiate people between themselves. He associates everybody. So I want others to learn from him too. Like the siblings and everybody especially. They should learn that love, to unite together. That's what I know about him. So I want others too, other generators too, to go like that.
My name is Priya Jim George, right? I'm the husband to the first daughter, Senami Jim. My father-in-law is being a precious father, grandfather, father to me. I have known my father-in-law for the past 40 years. Since I've been married to my wife, I've known my father-in-law. And he has been a very good, precious father, grandfather to me and my children. His calmness and his prayerful life and his advice stood out for me. I just want them to be prayerful and to be God-fearing. Because daddy, granddad will always wake up every time, according to my wife, reading the Bible, praying. So they have to commit their life to God and to be prayerful.
Yes. Fumilayo, Mrs. Emiabata.
My father is a great father to me. He's a loving, kind daddy. He's a precious daddy to me. As I'm seeing him lay him down to the grave, I feel so bad that I will not see him again. I will not see him. Anytime I came, I have any problem in my home with my husband, anytime I come to him, he will just calm me down. Say, he will pray for me that the Lord will hold you, he will hold your family. Wàá jèrè àwọn ọmọ ẹ, àwọn ọmọ ẹ á ṣe fún ẹ jẹ, wọ́n á tọ́jú ẹ, wọ́n á ṣàánú ẹ, bó ṣe ń ṣe fún mi, tó ń tọ́jú mi, àwọn ọmọ ẹ á tọ́jú ẹ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. He pray for me a lot, all the time. As they are laying him to the ground, I feel that no one will pray for me like that. So I will just tell him good night. Because Christians don't die, we slept. So I will just tell him, Daddy, I love you, good night.
Rotimi Padonu, the 3, 4, 5, the 5th son of Sessi Olayinka Padonu. Actually, you know what? That was after the last interview. The outstanding moment with Baba was when we came for the 100 years birthday. And he wiped out all other memories. And Baba said, where is Timmy boy? And when I got there, he now said, it's like his wife is telling him, check on my son before you come. Don't come without checking on my son. So he now said, what was I here? And I did. And he prayed and he blessed me. He didn't pray, he blessed me. And that was it. That cleared a lot of stuff from the past 60 years. Actually, in the tribute that I gave him, and people will be thinking, why the short word? You should write a lot of stuff. And he said, people have been thinking about the tribute, and he keeps on coming back to me that I need to tell him goodbye. And I just said, goodbye, Daddy. And he has, over the past 60 years, he has trained me, he has taken care of me, we've walked the walk, and then he had to leave. And then he left. So I now told him goodbye, which means, to me, I'm telling him that, don't worry, I'll be okay now. Goodbye, Daddy, I'm fine. Tell Mommy I'm fine. And that was it. That was people are expecting me to say, and I can't think of anything. What can I say? There's no fault. There's nothing. There's no one memory. One memory beats that. There's no that memory of that day for his birthday. I saw him. He touched me, blessed me, spoke to me, and I know that's his last word to me. And I know that that's his last word to me. And I said, now I'm telling him, I bid him goodbye. That I'm fine. I'm good with him living. That's good enough for me.